Shot. 4 runs there for Ruan. This is the second game of the day. Ceylon Lions taking on the visitors, MCC. MCC winning the first game by 28 runs. They scored 151. Ceylon Lions ended on 124. Let's see how many runs Ceylon Lions can put on when they bat first and give them a total they can be able to defend. Ceylon Lions already a wicket down. Suleiman Sharif bowled. Need a little bit of a rebuilding here from Rowan. If Ceylon is going to magic for Ceylon Lions when they were bowling, and they were not able to put it away. Just keep it to 1. Could have gotten 2 there if they were being a bit more agile between the wickets. But I think they will need to try and make sure they score as many runs as possible in this first power play, so that it's a lot easier for them in the second power play. Shot. Hit very hard for 4 runs. The new man, the person batting now for Ceylon Lions on strike is Chirag Sosalia. Wasn't in the first game. Some reinforcement. The bowler for MCC from this, Craig Marshall, is a single. First game between MCC. We're back again doing this commentary alongside Abu Mayanja, a legend from Budo Cricket Club. And a big fan. Shot there by Rowan. Over the top. We'll get good rewards.
Yes, good afternoon our viewers and listeners. Welcome back to the second game at the Serenity Oval between Uganda's Division 1 team, Ceylon Lions, and the visiting MCC.
Abu, we watched the first game together. What did you make of that game? And what do you think Ceylon Lions needs to do better in this second inning?
I think Ceylon Lions need to apply themselves better, read the game, because that's a game that they lost. not because the opposition was much better, but because of application. They need to apply themselves better, know when to take the risks, know when to subdue the pressure. Yeah. Most importantly, they should try and bat out their overs. Now that they are batting fast, they should try and bat out their overs. The wicket should be playing better. The outfield should be faster. Yeah. So we hope Ceylon Lions middle order would apply themselves better.
Changing the umpiring as well. James Bamlese standing in the middle there with Eric Wandera. .151 was enough for MCC in the morning. Do you think Ceylon Lions need to score round about the same?
Yeah, they should be looking around the same score. Probably even maybe go a bit more, 10 more, to give themselves a chance. Like I've said, the sun is out. The outfield should be faster. The ball is coming on nicely. No invariable bounce, as we see Rwan tucking that one away to fine leg. Yeah, so they should be looking at a score of over 140, 150 minimum.
Good stuff there from the bowler, stopping that in his run-up. Rwan trying to go for power, I think trying to hit over the infield. It's not able to get it over them. There's good enough pace on that, so Rwan just needs to make sure he gets some bat on it rather than try and hit with too much power. Top edge will fall in no man's land. There's a chance for a second because the keeper tried to chase the ball. Just didn't come back for that one. Sambaj is taking a break. He was an aggressor in the morning, but he's not with the gloves in the afternoon. Ceylon Lions still have at least 3 more games. If you count the 2 days as 1 game per day. So they have the 2-day game starts tomorrow. And they conclude the tour with a game against Chairman's 11 on Thursday. Before they will have a dinner at the residence of the British High Commissioner on Wednesday, and then they will play their final tour game on Thursday.
So is it Ceylon Lions playing the 2-day game or UCS Select?
It's the UCS Select 11, but I've seen that Select team, and it is virtually full of the national team players.
Okay. Are they using the white ball or the red ball?
Typical test cricket, so they'll be using a red ball. Red ball and whites.
It will be interesting to see the national team in whites. I doubt people like Kenneth Weiss who have ever donned the whites in their lives. As Rwan digs out that Yorker. It will be interesting to see our national team in cricket whites. Certainly the red ball does more than the white ball. So it will be an interesting game. The last time the MCC toured, I think, no, they played some white ball cricket, but the first tour, I remember they were using red balls only. As Rwan charges at that, falls to third man on 1 bounce, adds 1 to the score.
I think in the past they've always played more sort of 2-day games rather than the 1-dayers and T20s. But with the evolution of cricket, I guess so they've decided to stay with the new normal, and they've played a couple of T20 games this time.
Definitely, although they had to maintain the tradition in them, playing the red ball, because to them I think that is the pure cricket, the red ball. So it will be interesting to see a red ball game at the Lakeside Oval.
Lakeside, I think, is a good place because the breeze can help you do something. You don't want to field for, I think, 2 days, 90 overs a day.
90 overs. Are they 2 innings per team?
Yeah.
2 innings, okay.
It's really more of a time game, so most times the game will end in a draw.
Oh, okay.
Good adjustment there from the bowler. I saw the batter charging. Ball banged in one shot. Holly Haley is a new bowler.
Hit the deck hard there.
Another short ball there from Oli. Rwanda doesn't get all of it. What kind of experience do you think the MCC will have from touring a place like this? This is their fifth time. This is the fifth time they're visiting Uganda, not their first. So, what a good shot! An effort there from the man at short fine leg.
I think the MCC will be glad to see that the quality of cricket has gone up. They'll be glad to see that there are different areas in which the game is being played at. Of course, still the enthusiasm is still there amongst the school kids. I understand the tour in Ginger went well. The last time they were here, Ginger had an artificial wicket. Now it's a grass wicket. I'm sure their managers should have noted that. But overall, I think they will be glad to see the development of the game. And I'm hoping UCA will be able to tap into that to see if they can get more partnerships with them other than the occasional tour, maybe to reciprocate a tour or come up with a partnership where they can donate some equipment to schools for the development of the sport. So I think it's a win-win situation for both Uganda Cricket and MCC. And I'm sure they will be glad that they have gotten a lot of competitive games on their tour. Of course, weather permitting.
While they were in Ginger, they did some kayaking, whitewater rafting on the Nile. These are some of the experiences they look forward to on such trips.
Definitely. When you come to Africa, you have to do that. I don't know if they have gone to the national parks yet. Maybe time didn't allow. But I'm sure they have enjoyed their stay. And next time it will be us to invite them, and they will gladly accept.
Sizable crowd has come out here to watch the game. Probably locals from around. Hit very hard by Chirag. Some untidy fielding in covers allows him to get 4 runs.
Well, to be on the fielder side, the ball took a very awkward bounce just before it reached the fielder. Maybe he could have put his body behind, but it was well hit by the Ceylon Lions number 3, who is motoring on well. Ceylon Lions 41 for 1.
Chance for the catch. They're taken very well there, with some exaggeration from the fielder. A sky of sorts. But the second record goes down for Ceylon Lions. And now 41 for 2. Bit unnecessary, Abu.
Definitely. Talk of a commentator's curse. After hitting a very powerful square shot through cover point, he tries to go for another big shot and this time skies it. He didn't have to do that as they were going on well. But he has given them some impetus, which we hope the middle order this time around should build on.
The new batter for Ceylon Lions is Robinson Obuya. Gets off the mark. The dub into mid-wicket. Abu, this is your first time to come to the Serenity Oval. A lot of people are accustomed to either playing or watching cricket around Kampala. What is your experience like?
Lovely ground, quiet surroundings, good atmosphere. We hope it will become a much more visited ground over the years. The square looks good, the wickets look good. Yeah. Thumbs up to the developer and the brains behind this, the Ceylon Club, the appropriator, Mr. Jayaratne. We hope this is the beginning of many projects of such around Uganda. Of course, we don't want them concentrated in one area. It's good to come out on a weekend to watch some cricket this side of town. We're used to going to Jinja and Entebbe. But yeah, it's good to come to the Serenity Oval and to be able to host, well, not an international side, but a foreign side. Those are just good signs of better things to come.
And this is not very far from King's College, Budo.
Certainly, it's not very far from the hill. So we hope they'll be able to attract and develop more talent from in and around the schools. As I mentioned during the first game, most of the schools in Uganda are located on this road, Masaka Road, Mpiji Masaka Road. It has the biggest number of schools or school-going kids. So there's a lot of talent to tap into.
Leg buys. Oli Hailey is the ball I was continuing from the forest end. The Serenity Oval, very, very not far. I understand Lake Victoria is not far from here. Probably there is also a fishing community just on the same road. If you go up the road, I understand it goes up to the landing site. But it's good to see that the community, there are a lot of young kids who are picking up the game. There's a small community of kids who have started learning the game. They are not yet vocal. Probably the lunch has not yet started properly. But once Ceylon Lions start scoring some runs, it will be very easy to hear them making a lot of noise.
Certainly, this is about 30 kilometers from the city center, which is a good radius to have a cricket oval. Bar the traffic, and with the upcoming expressway, Mpigi Expressway, you should be able to get to Kamengo Serenity Oval in about 30 minutes at the back end of next year if all goes to plan. So, yeah, this is not a place that people should find hard time to get to. And of course, with booming industries around, we hope that the community will warm up to the sport. Yeah. But as we said earlier, it's also incumbent on UCA to make sure that these people pick up interest, because the facilities are here. Yeah, so they should send their development officers over and maybe we can get the next Nyakasura here at Kamengo.
Short ball. Robinson Obuya misses out on that. Robinson also one of those very good talents from Ginger. I feel he's not lived up to his full potential. He's a very good player. We are not a country blessed with a lot of batsmen. And when you find someone with some very good technique, I think you need to help them harness their skill and become much better.
Yeah, certainly Robinson coming from Eastern Uganda. One of the very few young black crops of batsmen that are coming through. Certainly his talent needs to be well looked after by the development structures, and it's good that he's in a team where he's being given opportunities with other youngsters. And we hope through such games they will be able to grow their game better and apply themselves better, and when they reach the international scene, they're able to take it by storm, because certainly the talent is there. There's something you can work with. So we hope he lives up to his promise.
Quick single there. Run, very eager to get on strike. I think he realizes that they need to start pushing a lot more.
Yeah, certainly. And then there's something I've always wanted to note. Cricket has changed. Gone are the days when we played, it was customary and traditional to have a fine leg at the rope. But in modern cricket, you always find all teams having short fine legs and short third men, maybe of course according to the bowling. Sometimes as a batsman you can know that, and Ruwan is bowled by the left armour, probably went across that one and lost his mid and leg stump.
Very good change of pace there from Jack Grandi, who deceives Ruwan and gets a ball just clipping the top of off, getting his wicket. Ceylon Lions now 3 wickets down for 49 after 6 overs.
Yeah, Ceylon Lions 49 for 3. So Dennis, I was telling you some. No, I was telling you about some interesting observation, how cricket has evolved. 15, 20 years ago, you would hardly see third man up and fine leg up. But nowadays, because maybe the bats are bigger, people go for power, there's more variety in the bowling. You tend to see, especially fine leg, up in the circle very early on. And that's one of the changes that has happened as cricket has evolved to become more of a batsman's game. So teams are forced to cut off huge scoring areas like deep mid-wicket, cover point, to have these fielders in, especially in the first 6 overs or first 10 overs of the limited overs.
Very true, Abu. And I think there you're trying to force the batters to be innovative if they are going to try and play over third man or fine leg. Because even then the bowler is trying to bowl in that block hole region, so it's not very easy to get under the balls. But I think we saw Murphy Wade doing that in the World Cup against Sheen Shah Afridi in the game against Pakistan. That even at that pace, people are no longer afraid to try and be innovative. I mean, what's the point of being there without trying?
Certainly. Some of the shots that are being played today are nowhere in the cricketing books. But sometimes I think when you see the field set like that, you can, as a batsman, you can know what sort of bowling you're going to get. If you see third man up, definitely chances are it's not going to be full, or it's going to be a slower ball, things like that.
I think that's a disadvantage with the setting that kind of field. The bowling becomes very predictable, and if the batter is comfortable, we've seen guys like Josh Butler very unafraid to get under the ball. Even Murphy Wade as well. So once they see the field spread like that, they will make sure they try and pick up that gap.
Yeah, certainly.
Kenneth Waiswa had a cameo in the first game, 24. Just didn't make it count or see it through. Now he has a lot more time, at least 12 more overs in this game. So hopefully he can start slowly and explode at the end.
Yeah, certainly. He should be looking at batting through the innings. So Waiso has a chance to get some time in the middle. He doesn't need to play what he's not accustomed to playing. Let him just play his natural way. Like we said, the outfield is fast, so he will get value for his shots as the power hitters come down the order.
These two whites were Nobuya, all of them from Ginger. Products of sound. Standard stuff there by Robinson using his feet. Gets to the ball. Have just hit it a lot harder. Would have beaten the man there at mid-off and gotten a lot more runs.
Yeah, credit to the bowler bowling to his field, not giving much away. Bringing all the modes of dismissal into play, bowling it full on a good length. So far in the over, they have failed to get him away.
Very good shot there by Kenneth Waiswa. Should have held that pause for his photo moment. But very, very good cricket shot.
Yeah, lovely cover drive from the Baba Azam cover drive school. Elegant from Kenneth Waiswa.
Baba Azam, Hamad Yusuf,
Muhammad
Ian Bell,
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli, yeah?
Michael Vaughan.
Really? Same class, same WhatsApp group or not?
Slightly below, but was a class act cover driving, especially in the Ashes in 2003. Looked good when was cover driving that ball.
Michael Clark,
Michael Clark, not so elegant.
Hashim Amla,
Hashim Amla, no footwork, but
Jack Callis.
Jack Callis on the cover drive, I'm not so sure, but maybe De Villiers from South Africa looked good when was cover driving.
De Villiers wasn't that elegant, was he?
Lovely foot movement, that back and across as the leg spinner comes into the attack.
Ed Milton.
He has good height, reminds me of Anil Kumble, bowls it quick.
Yeah. I think that's why he troubled the batters in the first game, because of his height.
Yeah.
Should get 2 if they are quick enough. Very good work there from the man in the deep who realizes that he wanted 2. He runs in fast. Oh, it seems like there's a very big gap there between the person at deep mid-wicket and long on.
Certainly.
The traditional region, which we call cow corner here, looks empty.
And there's no one saving one. Yeah.
Oh, very good stuff there from the field at fine leg. Outfield is very soft, so there's no trouble. You won't be in any trouble if you put your body down.
Certainly. Well stopped at short fine leg. I don't think this leg spinner doesn't seem to have a lot of variety as accustomed to other leg spinners. Maybe we're watching from a different angle, but seems to be bowling maybe flippers and traditional.
One way.
Yeah. I don't see the wrong one.
High release point. So when he flights it up a bit, so could deceive the batter.
Maybe. As Waiswa tries to go for the reverse. 4 byes there.
4 byes indicated by the umpire James Bamlese. What do you think about the shot? Is it the right time? Bit
Maybe
risky.
He realizes that it's turning away from him. So if you got any bat on it, try to keep it down. Yeah, he'll get some rewards. Credit to him for being brave. Maybe the wicketkeeper blinked a bit and missed that one.
What a beautiful shot of the day. One of the best shots you will say today. Robinson Obuya picking up Oli, clips him off the pads, and drops him right on top of the bunker here at the Serenity Oval. You won't see any better shots.
Lovely shot from Obuya, young Obuya. The bowler straying in line, and the batsman picking him up for 6. Shot of the day, certainly shot of the match.
Soft hands there by Robinson, just running the ball down to third man. They will get a single. And that's all they need to do. That's already 7 runs in 3 balls.
Certainly, that's the application I was talking about. You've already hit the bowler for 6, putting him under pressure. First ball of the over went for 6. So certainly they don't need to take so many big risks unless the ball is there to be hit.
Good awareness there from Robinson, realizing that the fielder will take some time before he gets up. So there was a chance for him to pick up 2. Already 9 in 4 balls without necessarily taking a lot of risk.
Certainly. That's what they need to do. And of course, all of a sudden, the bowler is under pressure to finish well.
I think the other thing that these two are doing well is making sure that they keep running between the wickets. There was not so much intent when no one was in with the others, but now these seem to be looking for those gaps and running very hard. So any boundary is complemented by that running.
Yeah, certainly a rotation of strike is key. As Obuya goes over the top again. Lovely shot over covers for 1, 2, 3 bounces to the ropes. So as we're talking about rotating strike, which is key to any form of cricket, be it Test cricket, 50 overs, even T20, you give the bowler something to think about. So I think by far the most productive over of the innings takes Ceylon Lions to 82.
Very good over for them, 14 runs off it. Easily moves them from 66 to 82 already in 12 overs. 140 should be decent enough for them to be able to pick up a win in the afternoon game.
Yes, 140 will see them scoring almost 10 and over from here. As Waiso again tries to sweep that one, but it's wide. Fielder giving a chase and stopping it. Good teamwork from the MCC team.
I think they will need to go back home with a good tour report that we picked up a couple of wins in Uganda. They lost their first game to the UCA 11 by 6 wickets, but they beat the Under-19s yesterday by 8 wickets. This in the morning win was their second, so they need to go back with it. Good tour report.
Yes, certainly, with the tour being well, I won't say broadcast live, but of course some excerpts will be being seen by the bosses that be. Certainly you can see a lot of diving around, putting in their all, which is good commitment from the MCC and to the Ugandans to see that even if it's a friendly game, you take things seriously. That's the shot Kenneth Weiss was been searching for. This time manages to get some bat on ball, although he didn't go far. But manages to pick up 2 runs on the reverse sweep.
Hit very fine, but there's cover out there. Man running in from deep square leg to cut it off. There's been a lot of work for the man at short fine leg after lunch. No buys there indicated by umpire. Means Kenneth got some bat onto that. A good hustle from these two so far.
Certainly good partnership developing from the youngsters. Kenneth Waiswa, traditional sweep. Now this time going for the reverse. Trying to be a bit cheeky. I think these two have contrasting styles. Obuya being the power hitter. Kenneth Waiswa doesn't back himself to hit hard against the spin. So he's using those deft touches, reverse and traditional sweep shots to try and get to the other side. But let's see what holds in these last 6 or so overs.
My worry for him that he's trying to overdo it, so could eventually be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely a sweep shot there will always be a danger for that top edge, especially for a leg spinner who just needs to grip one, and the bounce is invariable and gets your top edge. So maybe he can try to look for the one by just going down the ground to give strike to his much more powerful partner. Yeah. As we see a change in bowling. Yeah, the off spinner in the attack. 93 for 2 in 12 overs. I think 13 overs. Yeah, 13 overs. So 7 overs to go. 150 should be on the cards. As Obuya goes over covers again. Good shot from Obuya. Man picking up one.
Oh, very good work there from the man in the deep. Falls down but releases the ball quickly. So there's no chance for two. George Marshall is the bowler.
The MCC seems to be a very athletic side. They've been able to throw the ball in quick from the boundary. They've been able to cut off so many runs because of their good motoring around the ground and quick throw. I think this is something that our team is also working on with our strength and conditioning coach, if we have one. Those little facets in the game change a lot. Picking up the ball, knowing how to, like what we have just seen, how to roll over and quickly throw back the ball to the bowler or to the wicket keeper. That athleticism that Virat Kohli instilled in the Indian team. Yeah, very, very good to see.
100 is out for Ceylon Lions, 101 for 3.
That's what we talked about. Waiswa, just go and it's not part of your game. Just go and down the ground, all along the ground, get one. Leave your partner who is able to pierce the gaps and to go for the big shots. As Obuya also picks up the guy at deep mid wicket, but the ball was there to be hit. Certainly, it was short.
Another gift, Robinson Obuya just picking out the man out in the deep. Probably put his head up quickly. Should have just rocked back and hit that hard right on the ground.
Certainly, and there's a very, very big gap between long on and mid wicket. He had all the time to pick his spot.
I think the challenge for Kenneth Waisa was that he wanted to hit the screen, but he didn't get to the pitch of the ball, so he only reached out to it rather than getting to the pitch of the ball and hitting it straight into the screen.
Those days when he used to play for Mwiri. Nail yatandika juzi wano, but like in 2012 wow. LTL, yes, that's right. Kenneth Waiswa going across the line with a sweep shot. Out leg before wicket. 1 wicket brings 2.
Trouble for Ceylon Lions, who have lost 2 set batters right now. Robinson Obuya and Kenneth Waisa seem to be going well, but have both gone out in quick succession. Brings MCC straight back into the game. Two new batters for Ceylon Lions. Deus Muhumuza, the vice captain of the Cricket Cranes, and Aziaz Kocharia.
Yes, Deus Muhumuza. Deus Muhumuza the wicket. With his counterpart from Sri Lanka, I guess.
short there. Sun has come out now, so easy to get some value out of the outfield. A lot quicker than it was in the morning. 14 overs. Challenge for Ceylon Lions now. They've already lost 5 wickets. So they are just going to be... They are trying...
A 109. I should be able to get at least 150 as the bowler saves himself.
I was about to say old-fashioned boo there from George Marshall, but looks like the ball actually hit Deus Muhumuza.
No, the bowler stepped on Deus Muhumuza in the process of stopping the ball. The Courtney Walsh boot at fine leg. Bowled through the gate by the off spinner. A bit tentative from Deus Muhumuza. Didn't commit to going forward. Ceylon Lions lose another 110 for 6. No, they commit Scotsman. Mani alarm. Chigodo. Girete mbuzi. $110 for 6 Ceylon Lions after 14 overs. This is the second T20 game of the day. The first T20 game was won by the MCC by 28 runs.
How many can Ceylon Lions get from here on? Kasokwata oli omugaga wanaaba bowling awo. Kwate walinga bowling. Okubowling okutegera.
He's a good bowler.
Oli wawa yahaya. Wasaya bachikirira. Those Muhumuza are yet to enjoy his day. Struggled in the first game, scored only 14 of 18 balls. And this time, bowled through the gate by George Marshall. Eddie Agaba didn't play the first game in the morning. Former under 19 player. Soda.
Dennis Eddie Agaba is one of those under 19 prospects that didn't quite make it to the top. Do we have some sort of performance analysis to see these under 19 players, to track their progress? How people fade away after under 19 success? Of course, there are education commitments, work commitments, but we seem to lose a lot of talent after the under 19.
You're very right, Abu. Eddie, I think because his school commitments were mostly in Jinja, which is a little far away from the center of cricket in Kampala. People tend to forget about you when you're very far from Logogo. And at least I would say he was able to complete his school and now has an employment opportunity. But was really a very good player. Actually, he started out as a leg spinner who was also handy with the bat. Chance there. And the man takes it. 7 wickets down here, Ceylon Lions. They look to be good for a big total, but now
the leg spinner seems to be running through the middle order. Again, dropping it short, rushing the batsman, who manages to sky this one to to be taken at the, well, not even at the boundary, around the 45 yard, bringing in Sebanja at 114 for 7. Again, 150 that looked likely. Now it would be very good if they managed to even sweep to 140. Good effort from the fielder, putting in a wholehearted dive, but doesn't manage to save that little deft touch from Sebanja. Yeah, the MCC tear way back into the attack, the back end of the innings. Looking to finish off the tail. Good shot. Will be cut off. Yeah, bounced out, caught behind. Ceylon Lions eking their way to a competitive score, 125 for 8.
Eddie Agaba unfortunate getting glove as the ball was just going through to the keeper. But if he had stuck in there with Sebanja, those are not your ordinary tail enders. They could have propelled Ceylon Lions a very good total. But now Sebanja will have to do the heavy lifting himself as Hasit Delhara walks into bat. Hasith Dihara, the new batter for Ceylon Lions. So the bowler they are signaling to the keeper to come up the stumps. Maybe he's not looking at firing it. Firing in the bowler, try and get those Yorker lengths, but it's just going to take it away from him. Relatively new ground here, the Serenity Oval in Kamengo. The cricket started happening here this year and became the home of the Ceylon Lions, who play in the first division of the Sebanja. Hits hard and won't find it. Run away for 4. That's more like it. Sebanja has to take responsibility right now. If Ceylon Lions is going to put on a good total, they get into the 130s. They still have a lot of resources. If they can be able to stay in, 150 is very possible.
Certainly 150 is still on as long as Sebanja keeps picking the right balls. Certainly 150 is still on the cards.
Good cricket there from Sebanya, realizing that that's the final ball of the over and he has to be the man on strike, so picks up a single. 133, 132 in 17 overs. Ceylon Lions, they've lost 8 wickets.
The wicketkeeper dropped that one. They picked up 1. Ceylon Lions, the batsmen struggling to pick up the bowlers short of the length bowling, going in for the pull shot, but only managing to get that pen of the bat, thus not getting much patches out of it. All are doing quite well.
I think the easiest way to do it is try and stay very deep in your crease and wait for the ball, because the ball has been persistently short. It's a bit very predictable, so I think there was some bit of bat in there. Gets off the helmet as well. Evades the keeper and goes all the way for 4. 140 for 8 Ceylon Lions after 18 overs.
Last over, Sebanja trying to see that Ceylon Lions can reach 150. That's psychological total.
There's a bit of a change in the field. The man who has been at long on has been moved into that. A very good shot there by Dilhara. Just using the pace of the bowler. Pick up a boundary. Effortless. The drone hovering over the batsman.
Our version of the spider cam. I hope it's not destructive. It's like bees swarming around your head. Another good shot from Agaba. Another good shot from the Ceylon Lions batsman. After the uppercut over point, takes this one down the ground to long on. Picking up valuable runs in the last over of the innings for Ceylon Lions as they charge towards 150.
A good shot there from Hasith. Like I said, there was a change in the field. The man who was at long on has gone way towards cow corner. A good work there from the keeper, and the bowler stamped. Hasith losing his wicket. But he's done well to try and get them to 150. 149 for 9. Ceylon Lions were into the final over. Very good catch there on the rope brings an end to the innings for Ceylon Lions. 150 all out. Just 1 run short of the first innings total in the first game. We don't know if it will be enough for them to be able to defend. We'll take a break and come back in 10 minutes for the second innings. 2-1 to pick up the win. All Ceylon Lions take only 10 meters. The way Ceylon Lions was going, they looked very good for a total bigger than 150. But now they have to work with what they got to pick up a win in the second game. Some untidy fielding so far.
Rather disappointing from Ceylon Lions. 2 balls to the fielders. MCC managing to pick up 2 runs.
Nobody move, nobody get hurt. Beautifully placed in the gap.
Lovely shot off the back foot.
Quicker delivery this time. And all the batsman had to do was make sure he puts it in the gap. And the outfield did the rest. Some lovely shots today. So Robinson Obuya playing 1 for 6, but that is equally as good as you can get.
That was a very good shot off the back foot. One wonders, is it the bat? Is it the hand-eye coordination? Is it the batsman's guys? I think it's a combination of everything. Good bowling, good comeback.
I saw those shots. I saw those shots in Jersey, where those boys for Frank and Subuga, they were not trying to hit him or slog him, because Frank bowls the ball with a lot of pace. They were only rocking back and just putting those balls in the gap. Some very nice shots there by Nick Greenwood and Harrison Carlyle.
That one straight to Ruan.
Proper typical English shots.
Yeah, typical English shots. Back foot punch. High elbow. I'm sure our coach Walusimbi will be very glad to see. And that was a very good shot back to the bowler.
I remember a couple of years ago when they were opening the Gahanga in Rwanda. There was a guest team, Michael Vaughan, Herschel Gibbs, Sam Billings.
Rocking back and hitting it or in between cover point and cover. Lovely shots on the eye.
Class is permanent, clearly.
Clearly.
Same thing for Sam Billings and Herschel Gibbs. They still showed that they still got it, despite not stopping to play a few years ago. Last year, David Seaman was at the Gahanga, famous as the Arsenal goalkeeper, but he played some cricket there during the Commonwealth event.
That's very interesting. It's interesting to know that so many footballers. Oh, lovely shot over the bowler for 4. No, it's cut off. It's interesting to know that there are so many great footballers who have been good cricketers when they were growing up. Matthew Hayden, when he was growing up, he used to be in the same team as Gary Neville and Philip Neville in the Lancashire League, Junior League. So Philip Neville and Gary Neville are very good cricketers, and same as Ian Hart. Joe Hart. So
Joe Hart now at Celtic.
Yeah, he's now at Celtic, but he was a very good left-arm bowler.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a clip actually when Spurs was having indoor training. So they played some cricket, and Joe Hart was setting up Harry Kane for a wicket. He bounced him, and then that was smoked to cover point, but dropped. But was really
Batsman was disappointed. I don't know.
That was a very good shot. I would be disappointed if I went. This time manages to get what he wanted. Good shot over covers for 4.
Very good shot on the second chance given to him by Eddie Agawa in covers. This time beats everyone and picks up a boundary. He struggled against spin in the morning, but the MCC now making sure that they take the game to the home side, Ceylon Lions. And Shibashtegeza bakugudemu. They block the stream. Reward for the bowler who gets his man. Couple of lovely shots, but not for long. Ceylon Lions pick up the first wicket. MCC 14 for 1. Baba kugudemu nti oba stream. And have a couple of kids. kyawo abulooka nze
We're seeing spin from both ends. Spin proving the undoing of the first MCC batsman. Left-hander coming onto the crease. 14 for 1. Second over still running.
ubundi bu live channels tebulina buno butera kubeera the runs coming in plenty. Short. They bring the mid off in and drop the long on, and this time the batsman goes over the bowler and straight over his head for 4. Smart cricket. Buno buchano bera ne variety bichi tebina. What a beautiful shot over cover and all the way for 6. Chuck Beaumont making sure that the MCC utilize this power play and score as many runs as possible before the field is spread. UK viewers over Europe. Ruan into the attack very early on. He got 2 wickets in the first game. Let's see how well he can fare in this one.
Amy? Amy? Come with your phone. Come with your phone. Blacked out?
Fortune favors the brave. Fake outside edge and runs away for 4.
I'll return it. 10 minutes.
They picked Kenneth Weiss out of the slip, moved him back to try and cut off the runs, but now this time flies away through point for 4.
Which internet do you use? Safari?
iPhone. Some work to do there for the fielder in the deep, Robinson Obuya. Cuts it off. Very difficult to limit runs, especially if you're still in the power play. The two fielders out of the circle. Robinson, who's at deep, who's at extra cover. And Hasith Dirhara, who's at deep mid-wicket.
That one is fine. This one? I'm going to get one. We have.
Until I asked them, they refused.
Hit very hard, could be dangerous for one of the young girls who are running around the boundary.
10 minutes, Kitty. 10, please. I'll buy it for you. Leading us by 11.
4 overs. MCC cruising at 44 for 1. 10 runs every over.
That's a swerve to the leg side for 1. MCC going on nicely. 45 for 1. 5th over running.
Kitty. Nabila. Kitty. Jam, come and put air to data. Come. Your name TN. You didn't put the weekend bundle. Look for your sofa bundle.
The weekend one?
No, at the weekend they would do. Let's put a chillax bundle. Ceylon Lions still making runs. You don't have so many runs to work with, so they need to make sure that they're very, very tidy. But the MCC making the charge of that 150 total. Now 47 for 1 after 5 overs.
Maybe they also have one eye on the weather. It's certainly getting gloomy from the western side.
Changing the bowling, Ruan takes himself out of the attack and introduces Hasit Dilhara from the road end. Not a bad place to play cricket. The Kamengo Oval. Hopefully in future that there should be some sort of accommodation here. So once the game is done,
and some, of course, more amenities, food places, drinks, but certainly not a bad place to play cricket from. Interesting to see Ceylon Lions persisting with the spin attack. Some variety, the left armer.
no one out there, and no one is going to be catching that. Dropped down in the factory
And the
mixed with the cement.
the tree coming to the rescue from the ball boys having to pick that one up. Very good shot over long on. Certainly even at the MCC that would have cleared the ropes probably to Bay what? Bay 32, that famous Bay area.
Ooh,
Good comeback.
good comeback there from Hasith. The problem is that Ceylon Lions needs to put together at least 5 very tidy overs for them to drag themselves back into the game. Otherwise, they've had a couple of good overs, and then there's that one big one that is really still the difference for them.
And also another difference in the style of batting. As you've seen, they launched that one for 6. The subsequent balls, the batsman didn't try to lose his head, getting off strike, which is certainly the way to go.
A thing or two for our young players to pick up.
Certainly, rotating strike.
Some people say it's a bit difficult for us to grasp that detail of batting where you just need to play smart cricket without necessarily, trying to hit the ball.
Yes, certainly smart cricket is something that has to be taught. The batsman needs to know when to apply themselves in a certain way and in another way, depending on the situation, of course. So as you have seen, he's still getting runs, but without taking so many risks. He was able to sort of take the risk at the beginning of the over and put the ball on the back foot. So certainly they have milked almost 10 runs from that over without taking so many risks.
End of the power play. The MCC is 60 for 1 after 6 overs. They are chasing 150 runs to win. Chuck Beaumont using his feet gets to the ball, but doesn't get the elevation. He's looking at hitting it out. I do not know why, but I think the flight is very, very enticing. So he looked like he wanted to hit that out of the park. Thick outside edge. Lands safely just in front of the man.
Lovely bowling, slowed that one down, enticed the batsman to come forward, got the leading edge, but fell safely. But good bowling, certainly, taking the pace off.
Over the head of Ruan, and he will beat the two men who are trying to carry it off. 4 runs. Jack looked like he dragged that from the off stump and hit it just over the head of Rowan. More runs for the MCC, who are looking good for the win already. Catch taken at the rope there by Kenneth Waiswa, one of the safest hands in Ugandan cricket. Judged that very well. Had to take a couple of yards to his left, but ultimately takes a very good catch, and one that removes the danger man. Jack was becoming a problem. MCC 67 for 2 after 6.5 overs. Serenity over very, very close here to the Masaka Highway. You can literally see the traffic flowing. The Serenity Group are the guys who developed this facility. The Serenity Group, who are also the parent club for the Ceylon Lions. Ceylon Lions who compete in the first division. This is the fourth game for the MCC on their tour to Uganda in 2022. They will play a 2-day game starting tomorrow against the UCA 11 in Entebbe. And they will conclude their tour with a game against the Chairman's 11 on Thursday in Entebbe as well. But they started this tour. They started this tour in Jinja, where they lost to the UCA 11 by 6 wickets. They played the Under 19s yesterday in Entebbe and won by 8 wickets.
Certainly, it was a good initiative to get young Kenneth Wise for some game time. I don't know if it was a UCA initiative or a personal initiative. From my understanding, is someone who loves this cricket, loves taking on challenges. This is good to see. It would have been good to see maybe another young batsman, maybe Hasasha, or maybe Sesaz is okay, but another young batsman playing for Ceylon Lions against some good opposition.
I like the intent from the new batter. It's clear they come here and doesn't want to let Hasith Dihara dominate him. So he's the batter doesn't look very happy with that decision. $70 for 3, the MCC. After 7 overs, after 8 overs, MCC is 71 for 3. chance for 2 and they will get it because they run very hard. Smart cricket. Batsman realized that Rwanda was not very interested in cutting off the ball. So yeah, so they were able to take 2 runs very easily. Another good shot. This time hit hard and goes quickly to the man at extra cover. So they only get 1.
No, I don't know if it's in Zoom, probably.
Good work out there from the man in the deep. Makes sure he gets to it quickly, picks it up first time, puts in a good throw that keeps the batters to just a single run. Any fumble there could have allowed them to pick up a second one. Oh. Body on the line there from Deus Muhumza. But good running between the wickets, between the two. Umpires the fielder is unsure of what the umpire meant when he gave a signal of third umpire when there is actually unavailable. Even us here in the commentary can't help.
Certainly, it was it was a good gesture from the umpire. I think he was trying to show the fielding side that the batsman had made his ground, or that it was a close call. The benefit goes to the batsman.
Rwanda back into the attack. MCC 79 for 3 after 8 overs, 8.1. Good intent here from the MCC. Always looking to be scoring runs, keep that scoreboard ticking, rather than being bogged down. I think the 2-day game between them and the Cricket Cranes or the UCA 11 will be very interesting because the UCA 11 has some very, very strong names on it.
Who is on the UCA 11, if I may ask, and who is leading it? Chance of a run out gone begging. The fielding side, the throw was rather off target, and it went for another run. So they pick up 2 instead of 1.
The throw wayward there from Robinson Obuya. Clumsy again there from Hassis Delhara.
Dennis, I wouldn't call that clumsy. It seems to be part of the ground. Remember, even in the first innings,
They always say body behind the ball.
body behind the ball. Okay. But it's still, the ball took an awkward bounce.
Strong today team, you're asking. Simon Cesar, Emmanuel Asaya, Deus Muhumza, Alpesh Ramjani, Bran Masaba, Riazat Alisha, Kenneth Waiswa, Cyrus Kakuru, Frank Nsobuga, Juma Miyagi, Cosmas Cheuta, and Henry Senyondo.
I don't see that side batting for more than a day.
Are you being a pessimist?
I'm being a realistic person. I don't see that side batting for more than 50 overs.
It's been a while since we last played some red ball cricket. Run hard and they will get 2. Very good running there between the wickets. Ceylon Lions are still not finding a way. The field set seems to be lacking a little bit. So they're allowing the batters to pick up those 2s very, very easily. Oh. Another misfield at the boundary, and this time goes through all the way for 4. What could have been a very tight over here by Hasith is turning out to be a big over for the MCC. They're into the 90s and getting very, very close to the required 150 runs. Beautiful delivery there to finish the over from Hasith. Beats the bat outside edge of the batter. But you have to forgive Suleiman Sharif. He's not your usual wicket keeper, so completely deceived him as well. And he couldn't effect that stamping. 94 for 3 after 11 overs. Oohs and ahs there as Rowan continues to bowl from the road end. Nothing yet, but he just needs to make sure that they keep these batters quiet. Ooh. Another good ball. This time he gets the edge. They will get two. Good stuff. Very good stop there from Ruan off his own bowling. Save that single. Captain has to do the hard work himself. Ceylon Lions have been very, very untidy in the field. But Ruan leading by example and from the front. But doing some tidy fielding off his own bowling.
The same thing, that's the cutting edge. Negative will be
some good pressure here from the Ugandan bowlers. One good over there from Rwanda on one end is being complemented by another from the call is two, but Robinson Obuya and Kenneth Wise were alert to the danger and they're running quickly. Two quiet overs, two very good overs without any boundaries. Will at least help Ceylon Lions push this game up to the end.
Yeah, there were no boundaries there, but the They were rotating the strike, managing to get 4-5 and over. Yeah, still being within touching distance of the required run rate.
Up for the MCC, the 100 for 3 in 13 overs. They are looking for 51 runs from 7 overs. Abu, how have you been impressed by this, by how the MCC have been able to, to put together the chess of this total?
Yeah, the MCC certainly looks a side that plans the way they go about things. They had a dash at the top, so these mid-order people are just grafting and crafting, taking, of course, advantage of some sloppiness. But they're able to know when to go for the big shots and when to nudge around the ball for a single. So it's something that our sides or young batsmen can pick on. Not every time that the ball has to disappear to the boundary. As you can see, such a shot. Effortless, goes for 4.
No chance there for David Wabuire, who was running in quick from a deep square leg. First boundary in a while here for MCC. But like Abu was saying, they've been very, very patient and waited for their moments to be able to score big. Other than that, they've just made sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking by picking up 1s and 2s. Chance for 2, and they will get 2. Very good running. The man was hanging on the rope. So once they made up their mind to pick up the 2, in the end it looked very, very easy.
Minutes. No one has called you yet. Go in the other tent.
End of the 14th over. $109 MCC for 3.
This season?
I think it's a guess.
That's no, just friend Waba. My nieces, these two girls. Oli mukwano gwabwe. Mukwano gwa musaali oyo awevinga. Bajiminga bonna.
Zenga sala wait. Non-strikers. Very necessary here from Ceylon Lions. Someone shouting here that you're just giving the game away. Wicket time, Jonathan Sebanja with the breakthrough. 4 wickets down, 114 for 4. The MCC. Liam Livingston is in the T20.
This because if you look at this facility, by the time England invited us, whatever, we are very strong with limited facility.
Limited
resources.
We are punching above our weight.
Exactly. Yet, of course, to actually win one of these games.
Lea Kanyuga. Lea Kanyuga. Tanzania kosi zenyewe. Saja ya designing a best gun in the world.
Ya Kanyiga wo. Wewe mugamba. You look for partners.
But for me, I have people who can give you money to build a sports facility.
Where does it matter?
Well, as long as you can build a sports facility.
Tutandikire ku eyo nga tusobola okukola
Handball, basketball.
tuliyoteka oba yendo next site.
Nabweru positive waside ze nansa.
Yes, kuno nti benza ku bypass awo mubagazi.
Kenneth Weiss are into the attack from the road end to repress Ruan. 115 for 4, the MCC. There's a small matter of about 36 runs, make them 35 now, of 30 deliveries. Line and lane. That corridor one certain.
You hit to the fielder.
Last game Avengers. Wanakana 19 bakaleto ba number 9. Eh? Nishafuna mwade. Still a second one. Ooh. Chance for a run out there. But the ball went through Hasid Dilhara, who was in cover. Got 3 runs from that. Very, very good running. Run very hard between the wickets, the MCC guys. They are looking at picking up anything they can every time they have an opportunity. Leg buys and more runs despite the efforts of Jonathan Sebanja. The ball had the legs to go over the rope. It's getting away from Ceylon Lions right now. In the wickets there, Kenneth West are disturbing the furniture Fifth wicket down here for the MCC. They are 124 for 5.
Yes, Waiswa persisting with a good line, hitting the top of the stumps, winning this battle.
These players are paying for their visas. Actually, that's why.
Run out chance. Rwan very, very slow to get up. There's some confusion between the two batters. If Rwan had gotten up very quickly.
That's why. How is that? Two minutes. Come. 2 minutes. Come on. Come. 2 minutes.
Chance for a catch. And very good catch there by Kenneth Waiswa, who had to make a lot of ground. But he hangs on to a very, very good catch.
By 14. By 14? Gabona, we'll get it photos. who of you is Dennis's ex?
I don't even know who Dennis is.
This one, the menace.
Otusiza hai.
Who knows him?
Me, I don't know.
Hey.
Mr. Arusi, who know? Amanyiganye no, the menace. Amita Dennis, the menace. Eh? I know good.
Ono nerinnya lyange Haji banaye.
No, Dennis almost 6 when almost 1. Ngamukokinga. Tewali bawala. Jo ya registering amusomero liri mix.
24 plus 1, 25. 25 runs from 17 deliveries is the requirement. Could be interesting. One tight over here by Kenneth Waiswa would make it very, very interesting in the final 2 overs. World Cup here this year or
Next year, maybe Boba planning, it's people like us who think it is fun. It is in July.
next year July.
They are planning that this series will build the road to the World Cup. Because they know Oscar Uganda beat South Africa, so we have fun with So from there, from here, we're going to Australia. Then they go to New Zealand. For us, when we walk them out, they play league, then they go to New Zealand. It's the top 6 club countries in the world. That's the first 5 of the YSFT tournament. Early November, so it's basically the
Picks the gap beautifully. Some pace on there from Kenneth Waiswa. Finds the boundary that they needed in this over. Good comeback delivery there from Kenneth Waiswa. Not a bad over from him. 16 plus 1, 17 runs required of 12 balls. Still game on.
from where? I don't think so.
I like the throw. 15 of 10 balls. Jonathan Sebanja has to bowl a very, very good over so that in the final over, the last bowler has at least some runs to work with. Problems for Ceylon Lions because the no ball has been called. Jonathan Sebanja overstepping, front foot no ball. That means next up is a free hit, extra ball and extra runs. And the free hit served the way it should be, 6 over Sebanja's head. And that totally turns the game in the favor of the MCC. Mu 6-7 runs. 6 ebyono. No omusajja watega kapira mu gap.
Effortless. Effortless.
4-5. 4 runs required. 4 runs the requirement of the final 6 balls. At Jonathan Sebanja over, very big. You feel now it is MCC's game to lose. Kenneth Weiss are coming to bowl this final over of the match. Kenneth Weiss, our first ball, trying to remove the government by force. Four or 5 balls. And we get a super over. Unfortunately, the light is also fading, so I don't know how much more that the players want to keep playing. But a sizable number of people have come out here to watch the game at the Kamengo Cricket Oval. It's a very, very good thing to see. I think if there is more cricket and people get used to the place, even when you're away from up country, you can wait for the jam here to reduce. Good ball. Went for a big shot. Let's go an inside edge. 3 or 4 balls. Two of three balls.
This is so far from Buddha. How far is Buddha from pitch? From here? Because Buddha is 15 kilometers from here. So this is another. No, no, that's one. It's another 15.
Actually, 15 plus 8. So about 23 kilometers.
Game, set and match, MCC. Short ball picked up and dispatched for 4. 4-wicket win for the MCC. They picked up the first win in the first game by 28 runs. And this time they win this one by 4 wickets. But very, very good cricket. At least 300 runs scored in both games. There was something to cheer for the fans who came out to watch the games. And of course played in the spirit of the game. Good day of cricket here at the Serenity Oval in Kamengo. MCC, the team on top, picking up 2 wins. They will take that into tomorrow's 2-day game when they face the UCA 11 in Entebbe. Conclusion, today's proceedings here at the Serenity Oval. MCC winning both games, the first one by 28 and this one by 4 wickets. We thank you for tuning in and watching this live stream produced by the Podgal Group for Uganda Cricket and the Serenity Group. Our next live stream will be for the final game of this tour, the MCC taking on the UCA 11. That will be the final game, or that will conclude the MCC tour. We thank you for watching the live stream and wish you all a very lovely evening.